Hey, so there's something that I talk about in a lot of videos, but I realized that I never made a comprehensive video about just that topic. And that is getting the scarf to look really, really good and exactly how you want it right at the front. And also getting the scarf to fit your head because a lot of scarves are different widths and sizes. Obviously, if the scarf is too small, you're not going to be able to make it work, and we do not sell those at Rapunzel. But sometimes the scarves are a bit bigger and we all have different size heads. We want different amounts of volume at the back and we want different things showing at the front. So there's many ways to do this. So I'm going to do a whole bunch of methods and basically, give you a little bit of info on how to think about this technique. So right now I'm wearing the Can't Catch Me scarf, which is a massive, massive scarf with lots of patterns and colors on it. So this is a perfect scarf to use as an example. I'm going to take it off. So right now I'm wearing my shaper. Some people like to wear their shaper a little farther down on their head. Some people like to wear it farther back with some hair at the front. Up to you. Definitely figure that out before putting the scarf on. If you wear it farther back, you can still have the scarf further forward on your head, and vice versa. You also, sometimes if you put the scarf a little too far forward on your forehead and you don't want to like roll it back, which I'll show you how to do, you can also tuck the scarf underneath the front, which I will also show you how to do. I'm going to show you how to do a whole bunch of things. Okay, so this scarf, tons and tons of patterns on it. So let me just pretend I'm getting ready in the morning and I'm going to say, okay, I feel like blue today. I really like this blue color. Now, since this is a massive scarf, I'm going to say, you know what? I want this blue to show maximize, like as much as possible on my face. So I'm not going to fold it, horizontally. I'm going to fold it because it's like a square. I'm going to fold it right on an angle. And this is going to make the scarf really weirdly shaped, but since it's such a big scarf, I can do it. This is not something that you'll want to do necessarily with pashminas, but anyway, my scarf is folded on an angle, and now I have that blue by my face. I think this is how I do it in the actual product shot. Okay. Now I'm bringing this scarf forward and I have exactly what I want. So this is exactly contrary to something that I talk about, which is making the scarf fit your face, because I have like just this huge mess back here. So what do I do with that? And I'm going to show you a little more detailed when I use another scarf. But basically what I do in order to do this is I kind of bunch it up at the back like this. So let me show you again. You kind of grip both sides. So you kind of create two tails like that. And then now I just tie a knot. And now I have that blue by my face, which I really like. And you can either, right now, you can see how it's hard to see in this lighting, but this lip is coming a little farther forward than my shaper, and if I don't like that, then what I can do is I can kind of like jimmy it back like this, or I can fold it underneath the shaper slightly. And now I have two ends. They're pretty evenly spaced, but if they were not, and again, because this scarf is so light, you can just wrap it however you want. I'm not going to take you through that because that's another tutorial. But that's how you would get that blue on the front, and you can tie that on an angle. Okay, so let's say I don't want the blue. Let's say I want, well, it's actually blue, but let's say I want this very dark navy, which is right by the edge by my face. So I'm going to do that. And basically now the whole scarf is hanging. I could basically, wear this and it covers me completely. It's a huge, huge scarf. So this, because of the seamed edge right here, I know I'm going to want to fold that underneath eventually because I won't have that, the folded over look that I can move back like this. So there are two ways now that you can get the scarf to fit your head. One is the way that I showed you before, where you kind of bunch up the ends and then tie it at the back. And this other way is not only practical, but it's a way to get a layered look. And that is you grab the middle like this and kind of bring it up to create another layer. And as you can see, it's still a little, oh, there's my tag. It's still a little too long here, so I'm going to bring it up even farther forward. And depending on where you grab it, if the scarf is not as wide, it'll change and help you look. But you can use this to create a layered effect, or you can just kind of bunch it all and leave it all up here, and then once you start wrapping the scarf, it'll help. So, and then same thing. Then you just tie it right back, and look how it created that nice layered look there. And now, because I can't do that pull back thing, I'm just going to fold it underneath my shaper like so. On both sides. Okay. I'll take this off. Okay, I'm trying to think what is the next thing I wanted to discuss with you all. So as I said, you can use that pull-up technique to also to create that layered look, or you can just kind of pull it all up right here and then hide it underneath. Now there are ways that if you want to take the scarf, oh, it's underneath my chair. If you want to take the scarf and kind of fold it before, like let's say if I went like this with the scarf, you can fold it before putting it on your head, and then that will create a really cool pleated effect. And again, as I'm saying, you can just kind of play around with how it is at the front of your head. And I think I'm going to finish up with this scarf because as you can see, there's just so much variety and it's really easy to work with even though it's very large. And go on to something a little thicker and a little more complex. So here I have my original tapestry pashmina. And it's a gorgeous scarf no matter how you tie it. But it has this absolutely stunning border. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you a basic way to make the scarf fit your head. Because if I would have just put it on like this and try to tie a knot, it's going to, like, there's just all this extra scarf here, and that's not really going to work in terms of tying. So the basic way that I show in the Regal Wrap tutorial is that you fold the scarf before putting it on, and basically this lip is facing the inside. And then you either crisscross the ends, basically the back of the scarf should reach the middle of your neck. Either crisscross the ends or tie them. And that's great, that works in order to tie any scarf and make it fit your head. But what if I want this border to show near my face? That's not going to work if you fold it underneath, right? So there's a couple of things that you can do. First off, you can do exactly the same thing, fold it to fit your head, but flip it over. Basically, the fold is not sitting on the inside, it's sitting on top of your head, and I'll show you what I mean. See, the fold is now sitting on the inside. It's a little far back. I can't do anything with it now, but it's sitting on the inside. But what I do now, and again, this is before tying anything, is you can bring this border and bring it like this, have the ends laying flat, and there you go. See how now if I tie it at the back, now I've got that border right by my face. And if you want really, like if you don't want this blue thing showing at all, you can just do it like this as well, completely by your face. So many other ways to do it. But I'll show you that technique that I used with the Can't Catch Me scarf, with the big thick scarf. So I have both my ends, however long you want them. You can have them hanging unevenly or evenly. Again, this tutorial is just about what is by your face. So let's say I want exactly this by my face. So there are two things that I can do. And one is the bunch up method, and I'm going to show you this on a thick scarf. I did it with the Can't Catch Me. I'll do it with this one. And as we take the ends, like so, and really before tying, you want to make sure that it's like that you're pulling it so it's nice and smooth around your face. And I'll tie a knot just to show you that it works. I chose this scarf on purpose because it's an absolutely stunning scarf, but it's very thick, so it's harder to work with, so I'm just showing you that it is possible. If you do it with any thinner scarves, like let's say Shiny-licious or any of the other pashminas, it'll be much easier, and as you could see, the tying the knot was not the easiest for me right now. But there you go. Now it fits your head, even though you didn't fold it. Now another method, which I also showed you, but which is kind of just bringing up the back. There you go, untying it. This, again, you can use it to create layers, or you can just bring it up and hide it when you do your folds. So you kind of raise the back. You might have to do this once or twice, depending on how actually wide your scarf is. And I'm going to do it just so the volume is kind of sitting at the back here. It looks really funny until you actually tie it. Now this is reaching the nape of my neck, right here. And I'm just going to tie it at the back. Got all that extra volume up top, which actually really works well for wrapping. I'm tying the knot. And now again, I've got that border at the front. I've got this funny looking thing, which I'm sure someone can invent something cool to do with this if you ever wanted to. But I'm just going to cover it up now with the tails as I bring it up and around. Like so. Okay, so I hope that helps. I just wanted to show you that, you know, while the folding it to fit your head technique is really good and very basic and you just need to master it, that there's many other ways to get what you want showing by your face, depending on the scarf, if you want. And I'll show you something really cool about the Can't Catch Me, how huge it is. But let's say I really want, let me see. What about this? Okay, this pattern here, the kind of white with red. This is right by the edge. So, okay, well, I couldn't show what's right by the edge. I can show this by my face. So now I'm going to fold it. Let's see if this works. Now I have the white here by my face. I'll do it a little farther back to go with the shaper. And I have this, which is like really short, and this, which is like way on the floor. So I'm going to do the same thing where I gather it up on the side, kind of like a small little pigtail here, and a very, very long pigtail here. There you go. And again, the key is making it hug your head very nicely. Not too tight, but tight enough that it works. Okay, this is really funny. I should try things out before making videos, because if it doesn't work, you're all going to get to witness it. Okay, so I'm tying this knot. Take that through and tie it up. So I got this kind of silly looking end here. Although it's actually, sorry, I shouldn't say silly. It actually looks pretty cool. I like it. Okay, we could even leave it out there. And I've got this giant scarf here. And now I can just wrap it however I like. So even though this was like completely by the side, you would think that you could never show it. It totally works. And you can see how quickly I did that. I don't even know what's going on here, what it looks like, but I will adjust it before I go out. Okay, so please let me know if you have any questions, and hopefully this helps you bring new life and variety to the scarves that you already have. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.